What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Johnny Q channel. In this video, I'll be briefly unboxing the Glock 43X and giving you a brief analysis as to what it's like carrying it as an EDC or everyday carry. So let's get into it. Alright, so here is the Glock 43 box, the iconic Glock box, as you can see, and it does retail for $500. That does not include tax, so you'll probably pay around $550. Alright, let's open this up and see what's inside. And there it is. Obviously the Glock 43X. I got 2 spare magazines and a speed loader. Got the orange lock on there and some other paperwork. So that's what you get. Pretty basic, standard like every other Glock weapon that you'll receive from Glock. And here is the Glock 43X, and before we begin, I want to make sure you guys know that I'm clear and empty. So moving forward, we are moving forward in a safe capacity. One of the first things that you notice about the 43X is that it's got a small footprint. It's compact and it's tiny. It is about the size of the Pro Max. I mean, it is quite compact when you really get down to it. Look at that. It's about the size of my phone. Incredible. Which is honestly one of the biggest reasons why I chose the 43X as one of my EDCs, or everyday carry. Depending on what you're looking for, this guy may be for you. I would say I've got about medium-sized hands, which means I need a weapon, I need a gun that's going to fit my hand and my grip and how I shoot. Here's my hand, here's a 43X, I'm gonna grip it. I got a full hand on that weapon. I got full coverage, and I'm good to go. One of the biggest things that I do love about the 43X is, look where my pinky is. It's not hanging down like it would on a Glock 26. Look at that. I got a full grip, full coverage with all of my fingers around the magazine, even room. I got even more room for another finger. If that's how I hold my weapon, as you can see, I can still kind of grip it underneath with my other pinky. So, I mean, it's great. I got full coverage, and I have full confidence I can hold this weapon and hold the recoil from it. Speaking of recoil, because it's such a small footprint of a gun, you're gonna have some snappy recoil. It comes with the territory of having a small EDC, right? Even though the Glock 43X is small, it's compact, it kind of seems like it wouldn't have enough rounds. The 43X stands for something, X meaning 10. So the magazine holds 10 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, which means you have a total of 11 rounds. Which, I mean, for a gun this size, in 9mm by Glock, I'll take it all day. The 43, like the original Glock 43, I believe only held 6 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, which means 7 total rounds. So you go from 7 rounds to 11 rounds. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for that total of 11 rounds all day, baby, all day. One thing that I did recognize off the bat when I got this brand new is that the slide was... One sec, let me take that magazine out. The magazine was just hard to manipulate, okay? As it would be with any other weapon. When I first got the 43X, that was not a thing. Like the slide and how smooth it is was not there. I really had to work and like really make sure every time I go to reload, every time I go to cock it, I really had to pull it. But now it's with ease that now when I go to shoot it, I mean, do you hear that? Just the ease with the 43X. I'm not saying that all 43Xs are going to come out the bat, you know, hard and have all this friction and just, you know, it's going to be difficult to maneuver. It's not the case. Just with this one, that's what I had to do. It had a break-in period of maybe, I would say, 1,000 rounds. I put another, 1,500 rounds through it, and nothing but gravy. Nothing but gravy. Now, speaking of gravy, let's get into the trigger reset. The trigger, I'm honestly not too excited about this trigger. I mean, as you can see, let me get my finger out of the way. As you can see, I mean, the take-up, you would think after about 2,500 rounds, it'd be a little bit smoother, but maybe I have to break it in a little bit more. It's just not... It's about a 4.5 poundage on the trigger there. Let's go back to the reset. There's our click. And we still even have a little more wall. Here's from the reset of the click. And even so, we still have just a tiny bit more wall from that first initial wall. Okay, let's briefly go over the everyday carry aspect. And what holster do I use when I EDC? I use the Tolster holster. Look at this. Beautiful holster into the holster. And this is about the size of the entire setup. I have no light. I have no extra mag at the moment. This is what I carry every single day. This is pretty much the setup. Put it on my, I put it appendix carry. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 o'clock. Super comfortable, really flat, as you can see. Look at this. Look at the profile, really flat. So if you're worried about this printing, it will not print as much as other EDCs. You go to draw, easy draw. I mean, again, you got a whole hand. Your entire grip is ready from the start, and you're ready to go to work. If you're not going to an optic, I highly recommend changing the iron sights on the 43X. I say this, but I still have the stock 43X sights on here. Now, this is the rear sight, as you can see, really white. You can definitely see that in the daytime. There's the front sight, big old white round dot, circle dot. You can see in plain sight. So it does track pretty even with your eyes. One last thing I'll mention is on the Glock 43X Gen 5, you do have rear and front serrations, which I think are a plus, just in case you might be sweaty, you may be bloody, whatever it may be, you have something to hold to on the back and on the front. The serrations do help. So if you're looking for a quality everyday carry, the Glock 43X Gen 5 is for you. You'll spend about 550 bucks. Let's just call it that. 550 bucks to get into a EDC platform of this size, this compact. I mean, you're not going to beat that. I carry this every single day. This is my choice of EDC, or one of my choices. And man, I love this thing so much. So it's just, I love handling the 43X. It's easy to handle. It's just, it almost feels like home. It's almost like you've been searching for all these EDCs and you go to the gun store, you try to hold all these guns. Man, once you feel the 43X, once you start playing with it, man, it is just home. That's how I can describe it. It's home. It's ready to go. If you have some thoughts on the 43X, let me know down below. I would love to know your experience and how you EDC the 43X. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next Johnny Q video. Let me know what you want to see next as far as gun reviews, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, you hear that? Oh yeah. The ejection is just the mag release. Yes. I love it. I really do.